She, of course, is our favorite. She's Kat Neville from Feast Magazine. She's publisher. Brought to you by the Fountain on Locust. If you're looking for the perfect ice cream martini, you found it at the Fountain on Locust, proud sponsor of the Kat Neville segment from Feast Magazine. Good morning, Kat Neville.
Good morning, McGraw. How are you?
We are great. I was watching Feast television the other day. And
yes. Which episode did you see?
I'm going to tell you which episode I saw. I almost reached through the television to join you. It was the oak barrel session where they made the oak barrels, which was, now you know why woodworking is so awesome, right?
You know, that I've had so much reaction to that specific segment. Just being able to get inside. That's Hoffmeister Barrel Works. It's located in down near St. Genevieve, so south of St. Louis by about an hour and a half or so.
Sure.
And Joe Hoffmeister is hand making these barrels, and he makes about 500 a year, where some of the other barrel makers in Missouri are making like 500 a day. And so he is painstakingly putting these Missouri oak barrels together, and it was really, really exciting to get into his shop. And yes, and flames everywhere and cool old machinery. It was neat.
It was great. I also love the fact that they use white oak. Now, what do they do with the barrels after 5 years when they're no longer used as wine holders?
Okay, so when wine is first put into a barrel that's brand new, there's a lot of flavor that is infused essentially into the wine by the barrel itself that helps to soften the wine. And then as the barrels are used year after year, they become less potent. And so at the very end of their life, they're what they're called neutral barrels. And those can be used in breweries to age beer. It can be used for other storage. And then sometimes they're made into planters. You know, there are a lot of different things that people can do with barrels.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do, as far as what the flavor of what the oak will impart to wines, there is definitely a lifespan with barrels.
You can also, clowns use them as like clothes too, I guess. All right, Kat Neville.
He is smart.
But you meant that in the nicest way possible.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. All right, quickly, let's get to the two restaurants you have for us today.
All right, so my first one is a bakery that has been beloved by people who really love traditional and very well-made pastries. It's Four Seasons Bakery. Well, it used to be Four Seasons Bakery in St. Charles. They closed down for a little while to reopen as Sucrose in a brand new location. They started out selling their goods in farmers markets, and then were able to open up a very small bakery in kind of a strip mall in St. Charles. And so their new location is at 700 South 5th Street in St. Charles, and it's Aaron and Aggie, and they have refurbished this beautiful old brick house, and now it's got, this almost Scandinavian kind of a vibe to it. It has exposed brick and lots of sunlight. They have seating for, I think, around like 35 people. Actually, it's seating for 14, and they actually did a Kickstarter, and they successfully raised $40,000 from their Kickstarter campaign to help fund the growth of the business. And they're known for things like croissants and beautiful tarts, French-style macaroons, in flavors like hibiscus rose and chai and chocolate hazelnut. And so just really beautifully made, very traditional pastries. And it's great to see when people who do such good work are able to grow their business.
Yeah.
So they do have coffee service at the bakery cafe, and it's they're sourcing from Blueprint Coffee, which is a very well-known roaster and coffee shop in the Loop. And so you can do espresso-based drinks, and that pairs obviously beautifully with with the pastries that they're serving. So, and they also, by the way, every Wednesday at the Maplewood Farmers Market, right there at the Schlafly Bottle Works, they do have their goods for sale at the farmers market as well.
All right, good. So it's Sucrose Bakery, 700 South 5th Street in St. Charles City, down right there in Old Town St. Charles. All right, what's number two?
Number two, everyone is well aware of, this trend toward anti-inflammatory eating, and there is a new cafe at 1330 Washington Avenue. If you're familiar with the old Lola space, that's where they're located, and it's A squared, the GFCF Cafe, and that means gluten-free and casein-free, and casein is the protein found in milk, in dairy. And so what Audrey and Audra, which is why it's A squared, they became friends. And so Audrey was a nurse, and Audra was making gluten-free and casein-free meals for Audrey, and this kind of, just spurred this, this partnership. And so it feeds 34 people, and they are a very eco-friendly cafe, very green. So all of their kind of serveware is compostable, and they, for example, they do have sandwiches and pizzas on the menu, but their crusts and their breads are gluten-free. And then on those pizzas, you can do dairy-free cheeses, or you can get actual mozzarella if that's what you want as well. And so, for example, like they have a Monte Cristo sandwich that has turkey and bacon and cheese, dairy-free if you'd like, and they have like a drizzle of honey on top of that. And then pizzas, I mean, it might be a gluten-free crust, but they pile their pizzas up with like pepperoni and bacon and beef and mushrooms and green peppers and black olives. So, the idea is to remove these things from your diet that you might have a sensitivity to, but this is definitely not kind of austere diet food. You can still have pepperoni and bacon.
All right. So is it A with a small 2 above the A?
Yes.
Or okay, so it's A squared, like a math problem. Okay, good.
Exactly right.
1330 Washington Avenue, A squared. All right, Kat, I got 30 seconds. What's going on with Feast Magazine, Feast World?
We have Taste and Toast coming up. That is our annual wine tasting. We have an amazing array of award-winning wineries lined up and awesome restaurants like Cello, and just really great stuff happening. I know we don't have a lot of time to talk about it, so if you go to feastmagazine.com, Taste and Toast, it's May 6th at Majorette in Maplewood, and then we have a VIP experience. They have this massive game room, and so down there it's going to be urban chestnut beer, high-end wines, local spirits. It's going to be really great.
That is a fun
Billy
time.
Brown is going to be DJing, and it's going to be a very, very fun event. So like about 20 wineries and over a dozen restaurants. And so if you're a wine lover, this is definitely a can't miss. It's going to be great.
May 6th,
Yes.
right? May
That's
6th,
a Friday.
feastmagazine.com for more information. That is a great event. I will be there. Kat, have a good week. We'll see you next week.
All right, thank you.
You got it. 8:45, Big 550.